Muchachos, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer channel. This is an emergency live stream here talking about the Argentina 2026 World Cup roster has officially been released as of a few minutes ago. I had no idea this was going to be released. I was out. I wasn't even home. I had to rush home, look at the squad, see what's up. But we're going to look at it together, and then we're going to give, or I'm going to give my live reaction. I'm going to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. But before we get into it, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We've been doing a lot of World Cup content recently. I was prepared to do everything for tomorrow. So this is just going to be raw reaction. I'm going to make another video that's probably shorter and kind of going deeper into the analysis, maybe figuring out how the team could be set up, what kind of tactical formation that Scaloni is going to be, wanting to do. I'm also going to be going live on a different channel, which more information on that tomorrow as well. But guys, let's get into this lineup. This is a very interesting lineup because most of us got this completely wrong. Here's the list of the players that have been called up to the national team that will be representing Argentina in the World Cup this summer, with the three goalkeepers that everybody got right, that everybody expected. Emiliano Martinez, El Dibu Martinez, Geronimo Rulli, Juan Musso. Everybody got that right. Everybody knew that was going to happen. No surprises there. The defenders are Molina, Montiel, Nicolás Otamendi, Cristian Romero, Leonardo Balerdi, Licha Martinez, Nico Tagliafico, Facundo Medina, Valentín Barco. Valentín Barco, they put Valentín, well, I guess in this list, they put Valentín Barco as a defender, but he'll probably play both roles, both defender and midfielder. So in the defense, just looking at the defense alone, no Acuna. They have no Acuna, no Senesi. Who else is missing from this list? No Kevin McAllister, but we weren't really expecting him to kind of get called up. Who else are we missing from this list? Oh, I have it written down. Medina got the call up. Let's talk about that. We got Medina got the call up over Senesi, over Copaldo. That's a questionable decision. So no Senesi in this World Cup, which is a massive disappointment, I'm sure, for him, and I'm sure for a lot of people. I was really hoping for Senesi because he's been really fantastic this year. He definitely deserved the call up, and even though he hasn't had, a lot of representation for the national team, and probably hasn't really, he hasn't really done well when he has been called up. It does still suck for him. Everybody else is pretty standard. We knew Balerdi was going to get called up. We knew El Cuti. Well, the Cuti could have been left out. There was the hesitation, or there was, the confusion or the questioning that El Cuti Romero could have been left out because of the possibility that he would not have been 100%. But he is selected. Otamendi selected. Balerdi and then Licha are the four center backs going into this World Cup, with Montiel and Molina both suffering from injuries, but they should be fine, hopefully, for the World Cup. I mean, that's why they've been called up, right? And then Nico Tagliafico and Barco essentially being the two kind of left-sided players. Let's get into the rest of the team. Giovanni Lo Celso got the call-up. Giuliano Simeone. Ezequiel Palacios. Rodrigo De Paul. Enzo Fernandez, Leandro Paredes, Alexis McAllister, Nico Paz, Thiago Almada. And then these are forwards. We're going to get into well, let's just go with it. Thiago Almada, Nicolás González, Lionel Messi, Julián Álvarez, Lautaro Martínez, y el Flaco López. Not a single... what's so crazy about this list, I think, in my opinion, almost nothing has changed from 4 years ago. Very, very few changes have been made from 4 years ago. And you can take that as a positive or a negative. This is still basically the same core group of players, which was expected. We were expecting the same core group going in, like Messi, like Nico, like McAllister, Paredes, Enzo, Rodrigo De Paul. We were expecting Otamendi and Cuti, Licha. We were expecting those guys, right? And Julian and Lautaro. Flaco Lopez obviously being new to the team, to um him over Buendia is crazy to me. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know Flaco Lopez's game. I don't. I have no idea like how good he is as a player. I've seen him the very few minutes that he's gotten with the national team, um, with the friendlies that were played. I saw him here in Miami in Fort Lauderdale at Chase Stadium in the old Inter Miami Stadium. I was there. I was front row. I saw Flaco Lopez. I have nothing to say about this guy. So I'm so confused. Mastantuono's not on this list. Sole is not on the list. Echeverri's not on the list, which was expected. Almada's here. Nico Paz is here. Who else is missing from this list? I feel like that could have gone in. Obviously, Buendia, we said Mastantuono, no Perrone. Like everybody wanted Perrone. And Lo Celso ended up, I think Lo Celso is probably the biggest one. Lo Celso and El Flaco Lopez. Even though Flaco Lopez is not surprising because we've seen him get called up in the past, the fact that he didn't go with the Buendia is extremely disappointing. Extremely, extremely disappointing. But going back to what I was saying, this is it's almost like no risks. Like the only risks that have been taken with this squad is the fact that half of these players are injured. I'm going to be honest with you. Messi was suffering with the molestia. Julian was suffering with the molestia as well. Or I think it was a contusion in his ankle. Giovanni Lo Celso has been suffering injuries all season. He suffered like 4 injuries this season. Who am I missing? I think Giuliano Simeone had like overload. Obviously, Guti, Molina, Montiel were both injured. Debo had like a broken finger. It's crazy, man. Like, so I want to hear what you guys have to say about this team, because I don't hate it at the end of the day. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and hate on the squad, right? I trust his Scaloni. I trust his picks. And I trust that what the team is going to do. Like, I trust in this team 100%. And if you guys have watched my video in predicting the team that would be called up to the national team, called up to the World Cup, I pretty much got it spot on. I got it pretty much on the money. I pretty much got it on the money. The only thing that I think what I can see here from my list, because I have my list written down, for like my prediction list, the only thing that I see here that I got wrong was the fact that Acuna was going to be called up and not Medina. So I put Acuna called up, no Medina. I put Palacios, I put Barco, Paredes, Enzo, McAllister, RDP. I put all those guys in. I didn't put Lo Celso. I had Nico Paz, I had Almada, I had Messi, I had Julian, Lautaro, Nico Gonzalez, Simeone. And then I was going in between, Manu Lopez and someone else. But I put a star under Manu Lopez because he was most likely going to get called up. I don't know, man. Let's see what you guys have to say in the comments. M says no Real Madrid players. Yeah, there's no Madrid players. Yeah, I don't know where to put this because I don't want it to block the team. So basically, the core is the same from 2022 plus Paz, Barco, and Lopez. El Flaco Lopez, he plays in Brazil, and he plays from Palmeiras. Scaloni really hasn't done a good job integrating new blood, says Pepto-Bismol. If all healthy and play well, this could still win this. No, I have zero doubts that we could still do well. I already saw a lot of people hating on Twitter on Argentina, saying that we're not going to do well because we didn't make any changes to the team. We didn't implement young players into the team. And we've implemented some, but it's not a lot of changes. I mean, honestly, I'm very happy that Barco's in this team, because there was a lot of talk saying that Barco was going to miss the World Cup. And if Barco would have missed the World Cup, I would have been devastated. I would have been absolutely devastated, because Barco has been playing a fantastic year with Strasbourg. And he's really leveled up his game. Like, he's had like a really poor spell at Brighton. And ever since he went to Strasbourg, he showed his versatility. He showed his kind of like maturity. He matured a little bit. His game got a lot better. And on that left, like he's going to be extremely crucial, I feel like, in this World Cup. So I'm glad that he got got the call up. Dude, no Senesi, bro. No Senesi, no Copaldo, no Buendia. I'm devastated about Buendia. I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like I understand why Buendia is not on the list. What's up, Barca Volume? Chat, for those of you who don't know, I didn't make this announcement yet. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but Barca Volume's in the chat right now. Barca Volume and I are gonna go live tomorrow on his channel, so I highly recommend you subscribe to Barca Volume right now in the chat. We're gonna go live tomorrow, also talking about Argentina. I'm also gonna try to make a video as well that'll go up later in the day tomorrow, kind of going a little bit more in depth on the team. But here, this is just gonna be pure emotion, pure reaction, just seeing what everybody thinks, what everybody says. 4 years and haven't improved the back line. Sad, says Pepto Bismol. I would have loved to see a new face in the back line, like a new, younger. Like Otamendi, don't get me wrong, Otamendi has been like the heart of the defense. He's basically a captain of this team. He is a huge leader of this team, and he was extremely important to us for as long as he played. He's 38 years old now, I think, 37-ish, I think. It would have been nice to see someone else. El Cuti Romero is called up. The thing is with Cuti was probably... El Cuti Romero is a fantastic center back. He had a very bad injury. And I am hoping that he is 100%. That he will be 100% ready for this World Cup. Because Scaloni himself, verbatim, said that he wasn't going to call up any players who were not 100% to go to this World Cup. So El Cuti Romero better be 100%. He better not lack a single... Dude, I'm telling you, man. I feel bad for Buendia, says Emmanuel. No real good natural wingers. Well, Giuliano Simeone is a natural winger. And honestly, we might see Simeone play as like a right mid, like a right wing back kind of role. That's something that we'll get into in another video. But we might see Giuliano Simeone play as like a right wing back, right mid, and then like have midfielders like Paredes. Here, look, I have hold on. We have the squad builder here, guys. The formation, dude. If we stick to the 4-4-2, this is how it's going to look. If it's the 4-4-2, we're going to have Messi. Paredes, I'm positive that Paredes is a lock start. El Cuti Romero. Here it's going to be Otamendi. This is exactly what I did in my video. There's going to be Cuti Romero. This is going to be Tagliafico or Barco. There's Nico Paz, who plays, I believe, on the left and centrally, I believe. Is he going to play? Is he going to start? Are we going to see Simeone right here on the left? You guys let me know in the comments, guys. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Molina is probably going to be our starter, our starting right back. El Dibu Martinez. Emiliano Martinez. Enzo Fernandez has to be a starter. What is Scaloni's love for Nico Gonzalez? I have no idea, I'm going to be honest with you. He's been injured also. He hasn't played football since like April. Like I think it was early or late April. He hasn't played a game, like a game since then. Who are we putting on this left side? Are we putting Almada? Are we putting in Nico Paz? Are we putting Nico Gonzalez? Are you putting a De Paul? Are you putting Enzo on the left and a De Paul in the midfield? Or do you put Enzo on the left and Dude, like, what the hell? How many players were not in 2022? One, Lopez. Thiago Almada was there. Nico Paz. Ezequiel Palacios was there. Giuliano Simeone. Giovanni Lo Celso wasn't there. He was supposed to be, but he wasn't. That is definitely a sentimental pick. I'm not going to lie to you. Valentin Barco. I don't think he was there. That's 5. Medina. Was Medina at the World Cup in 2022? I don't think so. I don't think Medina was at the World Cup. Musso was definitely not. That's 6. Rulli, I believe, was there. Valerdi, I believe, was there. Was Valerdi there? I think around 6 or 7 players. Feel bad for Buendia. It's either gonna be Nico Paz. Well, Buendia's not. Buendia's not in the list, bro. Emmanuel, Buendia's not in the list. Senesi and Buendia not in the list as Oasis. Yeah, I'm glad Medina was called up. Really? Yeah, no problem. No new blood. Yeah, only problem, no new blood on the back line. So they just need to score more than the opponents. They have no other choice. It's basically Inter Miami 2.0. Buendia ahead of Giovanni Lo Celso, in my opinion. Scaloni disappointed me, I'm not going to lie. Dude, why did the chat stop showing up in the... Oh my god, dude, that's so annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna make your guys' chat bigger. Because it stopped showing on the thing. Almada has to start. He provides the creative spark and versatility. Nico Gonzalez is ass as a winger and even more ass as a left back, left mid. If I see Nico Paz touch the... Not Nico Paz. If I see Nico Gonzalez touch the field in this World Cup, there's a problem. Let's say we put Almada. Let's say we put Almada here and then we put Julian. This is basically the starting 11 that I put in my video. This is essentially the starting 11 that I put in my video in the video of my prediction. Does this, guys, does this scare you? Does this shock you? This shocks me a little bit because of the fact that Buendia was not called up. But listen, if we truly think about it, Buendia has only 2 caps for the national team. And yes, he has had an amazing form, and I backed Buendia. I said that we should be riding on the form of Buendia. We should be riding on the form of Senesi. But clearly, sometimes you got to think about it. And I want to defend Scaloni here. You got to think about it. Just because you're in good form with your club, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll be in great form for the national team. You can be cooking for your club. You could be cooking in the league. You could be cooking in the Premier League, in the La Liga, in the whatever league, in the Argentinian league. But then you show up to the national team and then you choke. You don't show up. You get nervous because there's a different mindset. There's a different mindset. There's a different level to the game when you represent your national team. There's a different amount of pressure when you put on that shirt, the Celeste en Blanco kit. There's a different amount of pressure. And honestly, as much as we want to hate or as much as we want to question Scaloni's picks, at the end of the day, Scaloni chose players that he knows that will perform well with the Argentina shirt on. He didn't take a single risk putting in a young guy who might not perform. You know what I'm saying? Buendia, as much as I loved Buendia this season, once he put that Argentina shirt on, he would have ghosted. He might have ghosted. You know what I'm saying? Solé has been doing all right with Roma. As soon as he put the Argentina kit on, he could have ghosted. Mastantuono, same thing. It's all the same. It's all the same. So I trust in Scaloni's decisions. I would have liked to see players like Senesi and Buendia, Perrone, Copaldo. I would have liked to see those guys. There are some actually now that I'm thinking about it, there are some players that are going to be still at the friendlies. So what's it called? There are still some of the younger players that are going to the friendlies. I believe I forget. Fucking Gasto. I think Guillay is going to the friendlies. I think Mastamtuono will still be there at the friendlies. Let me see who else. Barco, of course. Acuna is not gonna be there. Lochoso is gonna be there. Buendia is not gonna be there. This is Gaston Edul's page, but Facundo Medina has been called up. Nico Paz. This is gonna be Messi's 6th World Cup and his final World Cup at 38 years old. Extremely impressive and blessed to be able to still continue to see this guy play. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a crazy World Cup. This is gonna be a crazy World Cup. This is gonna be an interesting World Cup. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. The chat is delayed. Imagine the rerun of imagine the of Nico Gonzalez against Yamal. Senesi has not been called up. Reflection. Depol should be playing. He will be running Bulldogs. Bro, what's the deal with Nico Gonzalez getting called up? He's bad for international and terrible for club. I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest. I have never been a Nico Gonzalez. I've never joined the Nico Gonzalez train, like bandwagon, even from years ago. I've never joined that. Like I never saw what Scaloni saw. Does that make sense? I never saw what Scaloni saw. And I think that you could have definitely dropped Nico for a Buendia. But at the end of the day, we will never know. We will never know if Buendia... This was probably the last time Buendia could have played a World Cup. I don't think there's a chance for him to be playing in the next World Cup. So this was probably the only time that Buendia could have been called up to a World Cup. Guys, give him a like. Great analysis. Thank you for your info. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you're here, I appreciate you being here. Hit a like if you are enjoying the live stream. Like I said, we're going to be doing a video. I'm going to go deeper into the analysis. This is just a raw reaction. There's just my opinion off the rip, off the dome. And just seeing what you guys think. We have about 90 people in here, which is insane. Appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. It takes a second. We're gonna go live tomorrow with Barca Volume as well. Around 3 p.m. I believe we said at the Eastern time, something like that. And then, like I said, a video is gonna go out tomorrow. Short video, more in-depth analysis though on what formation we could be playing, who could be starting, etc., etc. Now that we have the final list confirmed, this list was supposed to come out tomorrow, but it came out like 30 minutes ago, so we're reacting to it. Nico is trashed. I'm assuming you're meaning Nico Gonzalez. Scaloni picking on vibes. It's clear he left out some obvious choices. Look, and then we'll kind of wrap this up here. Oh, wait, no. M. Suhel says Dominguez is pressing power. Nico Dominguez is not going to get called up. If Guido Rodriguez was more likely to get called up over Nico Dominguez. Dybala has been injured. But Dybala has been having... Is he injured? I thought he's been having... He had like a great spell for Roma recently, and they're trying to re-sign him. But I'm going to wrap it up with this. Guys, because I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm going to wrap it up with this. At the end of the day, we back Scaloni. I didn't even have time to put on my Argentina kit on. At the end of the day, I back Scaloni. We should all be backing Scaloni as people who support la selección, as people who support el albiceleste. We should be backing his picks. We're going to support Scaloni. We're going to support these players. We're going to hope for the best for this upcoming World Cup. We have the friendlies that are coming up in about a week-ish on June 6th and June 9th against Honduras. I think it's Honduras and Iceland. And those are going to be... We're going to be seeing how fit and ready these players are going to be. We're going to see more or less what kind of formation or what kind of tactics Scaloni is going to be running, what kind of ideology he's going to be running. It's mainly going to be for sharpness, for fitness, to make sure everybody's in shape. But guys, World Cup is around the corner. The friendlies are around the corner. Oof, man, this is crazy. But yeah, and reacting to the list, it's been this was my starting or my prediction to the starters. I think this is not like, this is not far off of what Scaloni is going to do. I could see him switching out one or two players for, I don't know, like a Nico Paz, like a Nico Gonzalez, like De Paul. Maybe he could probably squeeze in De Paul in here. Maybe he'll put a Lautaro Martinez in like this, and he'll put Lautaro and Messi up here, or Messi will drop into the cam with Lautaro and Julian up here, something like this. And then maybe Barco could be here. I would love to see Barco control this left-hand side. I would love to see him control this left-hand side, man. And then we'll see something like this with three. Maybe Medina. Maybe we'll see Medina play here, man. Maybe we'll see Medina play here, and we'll go like a three center back kind of deal here. So it's it's not. This is not something that's far off. This is definitely not something that's far off. We just have to see how it goes. And we're gonna trust Scaloni, and we're gonna back the boys, and we're just gonna hope for the best. We're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be defending our title, our World Cup trophy. We're gonna be fighting for the 4th star, and we're also gonna be. Do you think they will play the friendly? Yeah. What do you mean? I think they'll play the friendlies. But yeah, I'll also be doing videos talking about the friendly, seeing what I think, or like talking about how they did and things like that. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna go live or not. So, but 1000% there will be content on the friendlies as well. But make sure you guys stay tuned in for tomorrow. I'll be posting a video, going more analysis on the squad as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We've been doing this for 30 minutes now. Everybody enjoy the rest of their Thursday. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Vamos Argentina, carajo. Ciao, muchachos.